Today I'm going to reveal to you my favorite movie of all time. Didn't want to have to do it, but I feel the need to. So let me rephrase that. Because it's not actually my favorite movie of all time. That would be like one of the Lord of the Rings movies or one of the Hobbit movies. But this was my favorite movie experience of all time. As far as when I walked out of the theater, I was just blown away by this movie. I was like, that was the greatest thing I've ever seen and will ever see. Okay? Little backstory. This came out in 1982. I was 13 years old at the time. Me and some friends, and I think one of my brothers, we were going to see another movie called Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. And we were waiting in line, and it sold out, so we couldn't see it. So my dad said, hop in the car. I'm going to take you across the street to this other theater where this movie's getting ready to start up. So we reluctantly went over there to see this one, and none of us had even heard of this movie. Hadn't seen the trailer, had no idea what it was about, and my dad said, oh, I read an article about it, and it's supposed to be good or something. He hadn't even seen it either, but he coaxed us into watching it, and so we went in there, walked in the theater, and I was just thinking, this movie's gonna suck. I'm wasting my day. What am I doing here? But anyway, sat in there and watched it, and I was blown away. I've never been blown away since, like I was when I saw this. I've been close. I mean, there's been plenty of other great movies through the years that I've really, really liked, and walked out of the theater thinking, wow, that was amazing, but just not quite to the extent as the feeling was when I saw this. And I remember just me and my friends talking about this movie for a week, every day, just how great this was, and rehashing all the scenes in the movie, and it was the good old days. But there was another movie that came out this same year called E.T., Extraterrestrial. That was the popular one of the summer. Everybody saw that one, and it was all over TV and made a lot of money and all. And I saw that one too, and I liked it a lot, E.T. But E.T. was nowhere near as good as this one. Okay. And the movie I'm referring to is Poltergeist. The original Poltergeist, 1982, by Steven Spielberg story. It was a second one and a third one that came out later, and they weren't near as good as the original. And then I think they even redid it, a few years back, starring all women or something, and I saw the trailer for that and was not impressed, so I didn't even go see that movie. But this original Poltergeist, if you haven't seen it, if you're a millennial, and like I say, 1982, that was a while ago. So if you never got around to seeing this, I highly recommend you picking it up, because it still holds up today. Special effects, might be a little lacking by today's standards, and at least some of them. Some of them are still just as good as ever. Like when the coffins come out of the ground, yeah. But you really need to do yourself a favor and go rent this movie if you haven't seen it before, because it's a masterpiece. It's a classic. And that's really all that can be said about it.